This is what Monday Night Raw used to look like. Mid to late 90s into the 2000s. Every seat filled, packed to capacity. Like this crowd in Houston, Texas on January 11th, 1999. A time when Vince McMahon gave a fuck about his product. Today, 2018, this is how Raw and SmackDown look like these days. This is also Houston, Texas. Almost 20 years later. 40% of the crowd not even showing up, and those that do, bored out of their minds with the redundant product.
So that's the real deal, guys. Those were real photos, not doctored, not photoshopped. That was an actual photo from 1999, Monday Night Raw, January 11th, Houston, Texas. Not only was every seat filled, but every seat was filled and packed to capacity, with fans going ballistic and having the time of their lives. They told their family, their friends, and anyone that would listen where they were going to be that night. And if you're watching at home, you made sure you told everybody, you don't bother me between these hours of WWE Raw. Because it was just the product was so damn hot. And it was for simplistic reasons why the product was so hot. The superstars were larger than life. More importantly, superstars were being created. Stories? Hot as fuck. And feuds? Were absolutely epic. You fast forward to 20 years nearly, and that second photo I showed you, well, that was Houston, Texas, 2018, just a couple of weeks ago. Over 30% of the crowd didn't even show up. The arena looked fucking empty. That was not before Monday Night Raw went on the air. That was not a dark match. That was during a Drew McIntyre promo, which means that was the middle of Monday Night Raw. That was the actual final crowd. You look at where pro wrestling was 20 years ago and where it is right now, and I'm talking WWE more specifically. And I'm done allowing WWE to have the crutch of ratings are down in a lot of shows. A lot of fucking different type of shows, and especially live event or action shows, ratings are down. And attendance is down as well, especially for a lot of live action events. And we let WWE slide with those excuses. Ratings are down because everybody has cell phones now. They go on Hulu, they DVR, they go on their laptop. So there's different metrics to watch your favorite shows now. And that's where society is today. And people aren't showing up to the live events because, well, they want to stay at home. They're saving money and they got everything at their fingertips. I'm done with that shit. Every time I critique the WWE, I have to follow it up with that crutch. But it's bullshit. If you are delivering a captivating and compelling TV show and product, you are going to captivate and compel and propel people to you like a magnet. The whole goal here should be to make people put down their cell phones, put down their laptops, not DVR, not Hulu, but watch live. Not just because you want to and you have nothing better to do, but because you have to. The show is that good that you have to tune in live on television on the USA Network. The superstars are so larger than life and epic that you have to, you need to tune in live to see what they're gonna do next. That's what used to happen back in the day. It's that simple philosophy and simplistic booking of superstars and storylines that captivated us back in the day. That is the true reason why you're seeing ratings decline and attendance drop. It's not what society has become or done or what we have now on our cell phones, laptops, and all these different platforms. And that we want to save money and ticket prices are too high. No, if you make a compelling and captivating product and superstars, we will show up. We will tune in live. I am sick and tired of allowing them these crutches. And even the Amplified man who critiques this business, in the WWE more specifically, to the utmost. There is nobody on this platform that criticizes the WWE more than the Amplified man, but I will be the first to say that every time I do, I have to follow it up with, attendance is down on a lot of live events. Ratings is down on a lot of platforms and networks and different television shows. Well, I'm done doing that. WWE has been in this decline, in this whirlwind downward spiral for too fucking long. And I mention this now because it has been announced in the last 24 hours that Vince McMahon is showing up this Monday night in Sacramento, California to shake things up. Apparently, he's going to deliver his own State of the WWE address this Monday. And I bring this up now because now more than ever, I personally, and we as a wrestling community, need Sacramento, California to stand the fuck up this Monday and tell Vince how you feel, how we feel. Sacramento, you have to be the voice for all of us who cannot be there this Monday. What we all think is going to happen is Vince McMahon is going to come down to the ring and you're all going to fucking hoot and holler and cheer him. And then after a little bit, you'll boo him, right? You'll be in character, or he'll be in character, and you'll boo a little bit, but it'll all be in fun story fashion. You'll all be fucking eyes wide open, in awe that you're in the presence of God Almighty himself, Vince McMahon. But what I need you to do, Sacramento, is not do that. I need you to stand up for all of us and tell Vince exactly how we fucking feel. He knows it. He knows the fucking issues. He's not a dummy like we all fucking would like to believe he just is. Maybe he just got too old. Maybe his fucking wits just aren't there. No, Vince McMahon is still smart as a whip. He's still a fucking genius. He just gave up on the WWE. Everything now is about the XFL. The WWE got pushed to the side. That's why you see redundancy. That's why you see something like Pyro going away. He wanted to save every fucking dime he could. So there's no more epic shit to his shows. He took away Pyro. He told his writers just put simplistic, redundant shit every week so we can move on to the next and I can dedicate all my time to the XFL. You, Sacramento, need to tell Vince McMahon that is unacceptable. You need to tell Vince McMahon how bad this shit has been. I don't care what your chants have to be. This is awful. We want better. We deserve better. You chant to the high heavens so the cows come home. You chant so fucking loud that he can't spit out a fucking word. Otherwise, when do we get this chance again? They made minor improvements last week, absolutely. We got a fucking main event that was actually a main event. Seth Rollins addressed the issues in storyline format, so I like that. They brought realism into the storyline. Ratings decreased again, obviously, because the previous weeks were even more tragic than the months and years beforehand. But last week was actually improvements. I'm hoping for more improvements and bigger improvements this week. With the addition of Vince McMahon, maybe we get that, but we can't take the chance. Sacramento, you need to be ready to hold Vince McMahon accountable for his actions or inaction the last several years. For putting all your stock, literally all of his stock money-wise, because he has transferred in millions of stock, $4 million, I should say. You need to hold him accountable for all the fucking stock that he is putting into XFL and for forgetting about WWE and making that his second-rate stepchild. That's unacceptable. And we can't let him fucking just lean on a crutch. Ratings are down for every show and network. Attendance is down for any live-action event. No, it's because you are not giving us a product that we want to show up for. You're not giving people a product they have to tune in live for. If your product was Dynamite, those ratings would be in the 3 and 4s at least, still today. Back in the day, they were in the 6s. You can't at least deliver half of that? To this day, you got a fan in me and I'm busy as fuck. I'm making a fucking movie, writing books, I'm doing 10 other things, investments. And I'm still on Monday nights, come hell or high water, watching Monday Night Raw. Because that is my fucking tradition. That is my time of the week where I shut off the world and I tune into something that once captivated me, and I hold on to that habit and hope that it once again will captivate me. You can get those fans like me still. You just stopped trying. You gave the fuck up. Do you realize what made that product fucking hot? You created superstars back in the day. Where are the superstars? Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, they're all treated like mid-carders. 50-50 booking at best. Drew McIntyre, you name it. Braun Strowman, 50-50 booking. So you can't create superstars that way. Why should we give a shit about these superstars? And then Ryback says that Vince McMahon told his superstars up front that they are no longer making superstars because they don't want one person being larger than the company. We trashed Ryback a lot on this channel, but I believe what he told all of us. I believe Vince McMahon did tell his talent that there will no longer be superstars. You'll have your noise superstars, the fans that create buzz like John Cena and Roman Reigns, but you'll never have a larger-than-life superstar anymore because Vince doesn't want somebody being bigger than the company. If that's the case, and that is true, which I believe it to be, that better change quick. Because that is helping kill this fucking product. You need those superstars. When you knew Stone Cold or The Rock was coming to your town, you were shelling out your money. Storylines, they're dead. Every week on Raw, you see the same matches, and then at the pay-per-view, you see the same match that you just saw the last 2 fucking months. Back in the day, you had stories that led to epic pay-per-view matches. You needed to see where that story ended in this epic feud, and there was a huge payoff at a pay-per-view. These days, there's no huge payoff. Every week, it's the same fucking matches, and the payoff is just the same match, just at a pay-per-view. Because now with the network, Vince doesn't have to care anymore. He's already getting your money, your $10 a fucking month. They're not really pay-per-views anymore. They're just almost special events. They're just, if you think about it, glorified Raws and glorified SmackDowns. That's all pay-per-views are these days. Vince McMahon stopped giving a fuck. He sucked out every dime he could save for the XFL. Pyro! Do you guys remember how WWE Raw used to go on the air? Why we got so fucking excited and goosebumps before there was even an opening match? It was because the music. It was this hard fucking core rock music that just got your fucking goosebumps, hairs on your fucking arms standing, man. You were fucking excited just with the intro. And then they cut to the live crowd. And fans were told to bring signs and show their fucking emotion. And they did, man. They were loud as fuck. And all these fireworks. And they were like fucking bombs, man, going off. It wasn't your little glitzy, glittery fireworks. This was pyro. Boom, 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 fucking exploding throughout the arenas. And then that hardcore rock music driving out as the camera zoomed in and out of the fucking full packed audience in attendance. That captivated you before there was even an opening match. Before a superstar even came to the ring, you knew that was the place to be. Nowadays, some shitty fucking intro. The camera zooms into the live audience. There's no pyro, not even fireworks. Michael Cole is just saying, "Welcome everybody to Raw." The fans are giving a golf clap, and then we go into Baron Corbin or Alexa Bliss or some other fucking dipshit. And then you wonder why people aren't watching. It's not because that's not where we are as a society. It's not that people don't want to go to the arena. We want to have a reason to go to the arena. We want to have a reason to give you our money. We want to have a reason why we should watch live and not at our own convenience 5 hours later or the next day. The key here, Vince, is to not give your people an option. You have to make them want and need to tune in live. Need to give you their money and show up at the arenas. You're not giving anybody a reason, and that's the fucking truth, and you know it. Sacramento, you need to stand up and hold Vince accountable. Don't bow down to him. Don't act like he's the fucking god of pro wrestling. Don't be in awe. of the fucking mystique and legend that is Vince McMahon? No. You fucking shout at the top of your fucking lungs. You get the chance together and you let him know this was a shitty fucking product the last 10 plus years and we're not going to take another fucking day of it. And that shaking things up needs to be a whole fucking repackaging of Raw. Bring back the fucking pyro, bring back a kick-ass intro, make larger-than-life superstars, give us epic storylines, and make us give a fuck about these feuds. These seem like tall orders, large tasks, but it's actually not. All of them are very simplistic at its core. He knows the philosophy, he knows the ways to go about business. He refuses because he's giving all of his attention to the fucking XFL. In NXT with Triple H, I can give zero fucks about how good NXT is. Yes, I've seen NXT, I watch NXT, I know what the fuck how good NXT is. I could give zero fucks about it. I would rather know NXT in a much better WWE, to be honest. I wish Triple H was devoting all of his time and energy to the main roster and to WWE Raw and SmackDown. I would sacrifice NXT to make Monday Night Raw and SmackDown what it used to be. I would sacrifice NXT to get the WWE back that I once fucking loved. Because Triple H has smarts. His time is going to NXT. Vince McMahon's time is going to the XFL. And Stephanie McMahon's time is going to the next charity that she can promote on Raw. Everybody's attention is everywhere but the WWE main roster. Is everywhere but Raw. Everywhere but SmackDown. And no longer am I going to let them cling on to a crutch. Ratings are down in everything. Attendance is down in everything. It's not just WWE. Bullshit. In my world, it is just WWE. All the numbers could be way the fuck up if you just dedicated your time, energy, and passion and creativity to the product. Sacramento, this is a big fucking night, man. This may be the only opportunity we get to voice our displeasure to Vince McMahon live in front of him. In Sacramento, you are the chosen crowd. Please, do something about it. He's got to know this is unacceptable, man, and it's gone on for too fucking long. The ball is in your court, Sacramento. How do you play the game? Sometimes you gotta get a little fucking dirty. This is one of those times. Make us proud, man. The whole fucking world is watching you this Monday. The whole world. You have to basically be the voice of the whole world when it comes to WWE Pro Wrestling fans in the community. The universe, as they like to fucking say in corny fashion. You're the voice this Monday. Use it fucking wisely. Use this time like you'll never get it again, because quite honestly, we might never get it again. Vince McMahon needs to be held accountable, and it's this Monday that he finally has to face his jury. I'm the Amplified Man. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the TLC pre-show preview. We're going to run down the entire TLC card, man. It's a stacked card, but is it going to deliver? We'll analyze it and we'll detail every fucking match. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Think about what I said, Sacramento. The ball's in your court, man. Play this game wisely. Much love and respect, guys. Let's double fist some Starbucks and whoop that ass this weekend. See you guys tomorrow. Your boy is out. Check you.